hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Adventure Rolls, Winds of Calamity. We are so glad that you are here with us, and thank you so much for understanding about all the technical issues. Discord has apparently decided that it wants to fight back tonight with audio. So, so we're going to go ahead and just keep on going. And with that, everybody, again, thank you all so much for joining us. You all are amazing. We can't believe that we are here at Epilogue, at the end of all things. So thank you all so much for joining us. It's going to be a great night ahead. If you're just now joining us, welcome. You joined us at the very end. So we're glad that you're here with us all the same. I am Literary DM. I'm the Dungeon Master for this adventure. I make weekly D&D videos. So I make weekly D&D videos where we talk about a wide variety of subjects. This week, mostly be talking about a very fun build and all that fun stuff. But that's enough talk from me for right now. We're going to go ahead and hop on over to one half, at least for the last time tonight, one half of the Twilight Twin Duo, Mike.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael, also known as Bardic Dice, here on all of the socials. Also stream some D&D over on the Twitch channel and here on YouTube, if you want to go follow and subscribe and all that fun stuff. We did have to forego Another Deep last week, so every other week we do call Another Deep, so we're on the off week right now, so we'll be back next week. Thursday, 7:30 Central. This week we'll be premiering our offline game Fates Apart in episode 3. So that will be this weekend, or this Thursday, 7:30 Central on YouTube. So follow the Discord if you want to figure out exactly which weeks are which, but it'll be Fates Apart this Thursday, called Another Deep next week. That being said though, I play for the last time one half of the Twilight Twin Duo, Avum, who's level 20, Master of Oracle. What is this split now? 6 Rogue, 14 Oracle. So it's been a blast, and excited to share what the rest of his life for his foreseeable future has unfolded.
Yeah, well, we'll see, because apparently chat's also encountering tech issues.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay. All right, so we'll proceed.
Try our best.
Going with the other half of the Twilight Twin Duo, Scisri.
Hi, I'm Rachel, also known as Pip. You can find all of my art over on Instagram under Pip400Art. I also stream art over on Twitch under Marquee Gaming. Yesterday, thank you everyone for hanging out with me and doing art share. That was awesome. All the encouragement was very heartwarming. So thank you for being so cool. I want to do more like that in the future. For this game, I play Scisri, Paladin, Rogue, mostly Paladin, and her story has been so fun to play out, so it's going to be really fun to see the last part of it. Yay!
Yeah, absolutely. So go and check out Rach on the various socials as well for some amazing art as well as everything else. And we'll just go and hop on down for the other half of the Marquee Gaming Duo with Mark.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mark. When I stream with Rach on our channel, Marquee Gaming. We do have a YouTube and a Purple Place channel if you want to check us out. That's where we usually stream those, on the Purple Place. You can check that out there. We have a game we play on Sundays called Mystical Mishaps. And it is a chaotic and crazy, chat interactive, gothic horror type game. And yeah, it's a good time. Mike and Rach both are players in it. And got 2 other awesome players as well. So you can come see that. But here I play Attic. The Chic Artificer, level 20. And yeah, that's where we're at. So let's do it.
Absolutely. So go check out Mark for the various some amazing D&D games on YouTube and Twitch. And then rounding things out for the game, we have one of our official artists for the stream, Deely.
Hi. Yep. I'm Deely, aka Raphazel, and I do a lot of art and hang out in the tavern and on Twitter and Instagram. It's a lot of fun. I have art to share today, so stick around and see what the epilogue stuff has. So I've been dying because some of this stuff has been a very long time that I have been keeping it back. So I'm super excited. But here I play Demi. She is a Echo Knight, 3 levels and 17 levels of Creation Bard, and I love it so much. It's going to be definitely another class, or both classes I highly recommend. So yeah, good builds all around, and I love her and I will miss her.
Yes, absolutely. So go check out D in the various socials, as well as for some amazing art and for all the epilogue art that is sure to come from here, because you're not going to miss it. Seen little tastes of it, and it's very good. So, but it's good all around. And with that, as a reminder, if you have to stop watching this episode for any reason, the VOD will pick up exactly where you left off, and also you'll be able to catch out any episode basically in podcast form on Monday morning at 8 a.m. Central. And with that, as a reminder, I'll be posting a link, or at least a note on the community tab regarding various questions that you may want to ask for our Q&A episode next week. You're not going to want to miss it, because who knows, there might be a little tease as to what's coming next. All that fun stuff. But before we get to that, we have, for one last time, tonight's episode of When's the Calamity? And welcome back, everybody. So, when last we left our heroes, the group of adventurers known as Scissory's Angels had finally confronted their great enemy, Vati, the Wind Mage, now in a new demon form. With the assistance of Queen Zelda, they managed to seal him away with the might of the Master Sword and the Song of Sealing and the champions at their side. At the end, the battle was won by the forces of Hyrule. Scissor's Angels rode on the dragon form of a homunculus demi. Or a simulacrum, not homunculus. Those are technically two different things. And flew out over the battlefields as Hyrule Castle Town was torn to shreds. But the armies were celebrating. And so, Scissor's Angels, as you're riding on the dragon form of Demi, you come down into Hyrule Fields as the armies are starting to form a celebration as the forces of Vati are finally defeated. What do you all do?
Meteor swarm on the city? Is that what we're doing? Yeah. We're taking over now? Is that our plan?
Totally, yeah. Serene of us.
I figured. Yeah, we just had to get Vati out of the way. Yes.
Okay, I have to check and see everyone's okay. And I hop off the dragon. I rush over to see everyone that we're,
Haste. Should we get on that one for a little bit?
Yep, I'm gonna go look for my mom, especially.
All right. So, as you are looking, Scissor, I'm assuming you head back to the leader's tent.
I think so. I was gonna look for Ivas mostly, but
Yeah.
If I pass the leader's tent, I might poke my head in.
So you two go ahead and make for me perception checks.
Oh wait, I have advantage. I forgot.
26.
Much better. Oh yeah, I have really good perception now. I forgot. 26 as well.
Hey!
Boom.
It's like we're married.
Rachel and I go from really low perception players to like really high ones on Tuesday from Sundays, and it makes a big difference.
It does.
Scissory, we'll go ahead and start with you. As you are running around, you do, in fact, find Ivis. As he's looking around, he does seem to be trying to find you as well.
Awesome. Does he seem injured, or does he seem like he did pretty good?
As he does come up and find you, and he does come up and run you and hug you, you do see that indeed there are several wounds across his body. It does seem he has a wound across his face, almost like appearing like it could scar up.
Okay, I hug him, and then as I'm hugging him, I do 20 lay on hands on him.
He looks.
Yeah.
He kisses you and then pulls back. I am glad to see that you are still alive, as well as everyone else here.
Yeah. Okay, you're good. The face thing looks hardcore, but are you good? Like, did it go okay?
I'll be fine. There were many casualties.
Yeah.
We're still getting a count. I know that the group I was with, we had about... I think about half of us, almost 50%.
Ugh. Okay.
That's a lot.
Sorry.
One of them was Valgrim.
Oh no. Okay. That's not good. I'll tell Avon that. Okay. Whew.
Yeah, well.
But it's done. It's done. Hopefully there won't ever need to be something like this again.
That would be my great hope. I don't want to ever see anything like this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, maybe find the others. Maybe we can see what else the rest of this is and see if we can do anything to fix it. Or at least make plans to help out.
Absolutely. So, but regardless, I'm glad to see that you're safe.
Yeah. You too. It looks like you did good.
Absolutely.
So I'll put my arm around him and then we can go see if we can find the others or see what else we can do to help. If there's anyone that looks like kind of bad, I can kind of 1 point lay on hands some people if they need it, just to keep them up. I don't know how long it's been since the battle's been over type of thing.
It's basically just now getting over, so they're still counting things and all that stuff. And yeah, chat, Valgrim, you heard right, it was Valgrim. Again, I do apologize. I don't know why there are mic issues tonight. We're just going to power through it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're mostly okay now.
So,
yeah.
But with that, with a 26, Attic, you go hastily running around. The armed forces are still trying to gather and get things very organized as the battle's coming to a close, trying to count the wounded and those who have fallen. And you go and you see what looks to be almost propped up against one of the walls, a body that looks very familiar to you. Looks to be Marul, as she definitely does have severe wounds across her arms and across her chest, staining her uniform.
I will run over there.
As you do, heavy footsteps going into the ground. You run up to her, and she doesn't really seem to match your eye, as she seems to continue to have her head hanging, looking at the ground.
Right away, 4th level cure wounds.
As you put your hand on her, you see the wounds heal up. For a moment, there's not really that much motion. And finally, she puts her head back as she goes and touches your hand. Looks over with a smiling grin. I'm pleased to see that you are still alive.
Yeah, me too. Oh, man.
I was hoping that you would never see the horrors of conflict or war, but it's too late for that now. I take it you were successful then?
It's done.
Good. How are your companions?
Everyone's okay. We did it.
Good. Help me up.
Yeah. Pick her up.
And she gives you a massive hug. And I am proud of you and everything that you have done.
We all fought together bravely. I mean, everybody here is heroes.
Indeed. One of the Ritos didn't make it to my group, I know. Unfortunately, Reina was also one of the ones that fell.
Well, it sounds like Demi and Ava might be able to bring people back if they are willing. So we can see what happens.
Well, I guess only time will tell. Come. Let's go ahead and meet your companions.
Yeah. So, back to everyone else.
Avum and Demi, what are you both doing in this moment?
I think giving out little bits of healing that I can, since I have some, I have a good amount of spell slots left, nothing really higher than a 5, but, oh no, 6th level, I guess, but, doing probably mass cure wounds twice to a bunch of people, and I have also mass healing word that I can use like 5 times to other people. So it's not much, but at least it, using up the magic. And then I think the dragon, she's just gonna keep flying around and kind of keeping surveillance. And she, I believe, can speak telepathically, unless I'm wrong. So if she sees anything, I think she can send it. I'm going to double check on that, but she's just kind of doing surveillance stuff, so...
She's primarily like a psionic type. Gem dragons tend to have a lot of psionics, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. So...
Perfect. Avum, anything you're doing?
That's what she's doing.
Yeah, not really. Just kind of the same. I think he doesn't have as many spell slots left, so he'll probably be trying to go see who are the more like unmortals, or Death's Edge, and try to help bring them back, and then I think he's mainly just staying around Demi and then kind of waiting for reports to slowly come back in of just news of people and stuff like that.
Yeah, no problem. So you do find plenty of wounded. It looks like the casualty rate was high. But eventually, you all do get grouped up as Scisri with Ivis and a deck with Marul are able to group you all up. The leaders are off having their own conversations of what to do next as Queen Zelda has convened them as well. Marul looks to you all. Well done. I regret to inform you that Valgrim and Reyna were among the fallen within our group.
Oof.
I feel lost.
We can try to resurrect him. I can't do it right now. But we can always attempt to help them.
If their souls desire it, yes.
Yeah.
But
It's true. I could see Valgrim not, but we'll see.
Well, we were also going to offer it to his wife, too. After all of this.
We hadn't talked to him about that yet, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll commune with the Oracle as well to make sure I'm not overstepping too many boundaries.
you're gonna do that now?
No.
Okay.
Well, actually,
The no.
yeah. Demi, do you mind trading some rupees for me if you can?
Technically, you did cast it a few sessions ago, so it is still 1 day. Oh no! That was the day prior. Never mind. I'm sorry. You cast it in low rule. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh.
Demi, are you still able to trade those rupees for me?
Yeah.
Five.
No, sorry, I nodded. And
Oh, no, you're
yes,
fine.
but sorry, it's quiet.
He'll go over to the side and just kind of take 10 minutes, I guess. Yeah, 10 minutes to ritually do it.
As you do so, the three oracles appear around you as you almost enter into a white void of sorts.
Hello, friends.
Congratulations, Oracle of Time.
It's a group effort.
Exactly. But still, individual congratulatories are in order.
Yes, I'm sure there'll be time to celebrate, but death overshadows stains that Pati has reigned. I do know in the past, the goddess of time herself was upset at certain elements of trying to quicken time. But what about attempting to bring back those that potentially were taken too soon? It's still within the realm of time, right?
Within the realm of time, but also within the realm of life and death. For that is the goddess Hylea's and the golden goddess's domains.
So she would intervene in the actual ritual itself, not just angering her by attempting it, right?
In such rituals, the goddess of time shall not intervene, for she is below the goddess Hylea and the golden goddesses.
No, I'm pushing this one last question. My sister and I wish to plead the gods for one last favor. What would be the best way to go about asking that question?
They all three smile, and in unison, that depends upon the question.
Understood? Thank you. I'm sure I'll be seeing the three of you very soon.
Indeed. But one last thing. At that moment, you feel a slight ruffle
Stay down, stay down.
as Sprite comes up, looks up to you, Avon.
You still have work to do, Missy.
The great evil has been defeated. Technically, I don't.
The scars still remain. There's so much to fix.
And that is something you'll have to fix on your own. I was charged to see this through until Vati was defeated.
He looks at the other three. You know this is going to turn me down my villain route. Without her here, that's a dangerous route to go on.
Oh, okay.
They all three smile.
It was an honor traveling with you. And don't worry, I will visit again.
Well, you better. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and do another prank on you.
You better. I give her a hug.
She hugs you back. And that moment, you see her fly off, forming into a giant ball of light. As she starts to go away, you see little sprinkles of fairy dust coming out from the ball of energy.
And catch her with a vial.
And eventually, the vision fades, and you swear off in the distance you see a little few more sprinklings of fairy dust.
Listen. Okay. Bye. He'll sit alone for a little bit before joining the others. Well, we can definitely attempt resurrection. I think it'll be up to, like they said, their souls and Goddess herself to intervene at that point.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like it was for Aaron and anybody else this happens to.
That makes sense.
The Avon takes Scissor's arm, the whole twin thing. He doesn't do it often, but kind of grabbing her for comfort.
What?
Nothing, it's fine. I had to say goodbye to someone. Kind of does a little shoulder.
She didn't say goodbye to us. Rude.
Yeah, I was wondering about that as well.
Okay, that means we have to go find her and
Of course.
pester her for at least a week or something. So
We'll send her sendings for everybody.
there you go. I'm sorry. If you miss her and need a prank, just let me know.
Nope.
I got your back.
You just have to go.
I can get that
done. I'm fine.
Shame there's no blood moon for good people. That would be great. Why don't we have that? Oh my gosh. Okay. I think the only other thing is I might as kind of things are settling, or I can walk away for a second. I would just kind of see if Shade is around. I'm like, hey, we did it.
As you actually do look off in the distance, you see kind of almost standing on a bluff, the golden wolf watching down over everything.
Oh. I wave to him, does he want me to come up and talk to him, or is he doing a majestic standing off watching everything thing?
There's a sense of a nod as you wave to him.
like a come over here and talk to me nod, or I'm watching. Okay. Yeah, I'll like be like, "Oh, we're back," and I like will like go book it over to the.
Not now, I'm brooding. Not now. I'm brooding.
6 don't come over here yet. Yeah, I'll run over there.
All right. So, as you do, he stands off, and then eventually does transform into his ethereal skeletal form, wearing armor. None of you are really able to see this as he's kind of ethereal at this point, except for Scissory.
Oh, is he back to his skeletal form? Because I think he was normal, like his he had a Link appearance for a bit.
He's been able to transform back and forth through that.
Oh, okay. So he's feeling his skeletal form right now. Okay, sounds good.
As he looks at you. Well,
hey.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Definitely couldn't have done it without you. You were like the best teacher ever.
I've had several millennia to be able to go ahead and master the arts.
That's very true. Yeah, well, it paid off, so thank you for being patient with me.
Of course. But, as it is apparent, you chose that of a mortal life. If you wish, you do not need to carry the blade any longer. And when you want to, you may return it to its pedestal within the woods.
Oh. Could I hold on to it for like a couple 100 years?
When you are most ready.
Oh, okay. So like I could do it like my whole life basically, and then when I'm about to like, that's when it's time to.
There are a few who have.
Okay. Just just in case. I just feel like it's probably better. But yeah, I didn't wanna keep living. It seemed like motivations were wrong. I hope you're not disappointed. I didn't even know if you wanted one thing or the other, but
I am not. I'm not disappointed.
Okay, good. So what are you gonna do? Like who would I talk to like get you out of this thing?
Well, that would be the goddess of time. As she feels as though my punishment has been sufficient.
Yeah. Do you know how to like talk to her?
She's temperamental, so it's hard to gauge.
Okay. Any tips on like how maybe she would, or how I should engage if I do? Any tips at all? I just want to see you happy and not having to do this thing forever.
Be as respectful and cordial and polite as you possibly can.
Sure. Are you saying that to me specifically?
If you do so, do not be as formal with her as you have been with me. Informal.
Informal. I was gonna say, I don't think I'm that formal with you. Okay, yeah, okay. So not informal, formal. Yeah, okay.
Very formal.
Very formal. Sure. Okay. How would I get her attention?
There are rumors of their shrines existing to her deep within the Gerudo Desert. An ancient temple of sorts.
Okay. Aw, it's like a whole little mission to try and do this. Okay, that's cool, actually. That is good. I'll do it. I think I want to make sure everyone's okay here. If you're okay waiting a couple, I don't know however long it takes, a couple weeks or something, but...
I have waited several millennia at this point. What is a few days?
Yeah. Okay. No, I'll try my best. I will try to be so polite. You won't even recognize me. Okay.
I believe it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. You're welcome to hang around. party with us. I don't think it's going to be much of a party, actually. It's kind of dismal right now, but, you know. You're welcome to hang out.
I think it is best that I remain here.
Sure. Okay. Can I hug you?
Yes.
Yes. I give him, like, I don't know if I even can hug him that well because he's like a ghost man, but.
You definitely try your best, all things considered, but you definitely do. But even then, there's a sense of coldness as you wrap your arms around him. And it's mainly due to, like, literally him being a ghostly figure of sorts.
Yes. Ooh! Okay. Well, awesome. Thank you. That was the best. Thank you for everything. I got your back.
I have no doubt.
Yeah. So I'll like pat him on the shoulder, and then I will run back to everyone else.
As she's still talking to him, Ava just goes over to Iris and pats him on the back and be like, you know, it's been starting that she's been talking to herself lately, so good luck. What's happening up there?
At this point,
Watch me hugging air.
At this point, I've assumed it's just come with the territory.
I guess so.
So, as you all do so, you come back. Eventually, you are all summoned over to the leaders. Upon making your way over, they're all there present, standing in their attire they saw before, some of them a little bit more beat up as they came out of the conflict. Zelda is standing in the middle of them. Champions of Hyrule, we cannot thank you enough for everything that you've done for us. Truly living up to your namesake. If there's anything that we can do for you, name it but one thing, and we will see that it is done. For it is the most that we can repay for everything that you have given.
I feel that. I mean, that's a good sentiment, but I also feel like so many have fallen that I don't think our work's really done, and we want to help as many as we can. I feel that we should owe you gratitude for supporting us and I mean, everything that you've done here on the battlefield.
Sidon, I was nonsense. Honestly, if it wasn't without you all, this attack would have been meaningless. We all would have died in the effort. But we will hear your request, and we'll go ahead and see if there's anything we can further do to help the wounded and assist you in this regard. But know that regardless of what happens, we will always be grateful for you, Scissor's Angels. As he gives a little thumbs up and a little twinkle of his teeth.
Love the twinkle.
Just don't put up a statue. That's my only actual
statue.
request.
You could do a statue of me, that's fine.
Nice.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding, don't do it on me. Just kidding, don't do it on me.
They never get them
You
right.
can have a little fountain coming out of your head instead of your ponytail.
That's fine.
Just
No, yeah, oh, sorry.
Zelda gives a smile and nods. In that instance, then there shall be no statue.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I think we're mostly I think we're probably going to be really focused on trying to help rebuild. So any resources we might need, that would be great. Other than that, I'm okay.
Well, Goron leader walks on up. Well, if that is indeed the case, then let us leave rebuilding until tomorrow, even the day after. And for tonight, let us celebrate a victory and the return of Hyrule and Dinroth.
That's good.
Ah.
Yes.
So is there anything you all care to do for the rest of the night, or what is it?
Dragon Demi is a real dragon now.
Yep.
After an hour. I think during all of the, going around and helping that Demi was doing, she probably would land again, and because they can shape change, she has an actual form. And I have drawn it, friends. I'm very proud of it. She's really cute. I'm gonna put that in the chat. She chooses a name that's Terra, and Demi and Terra are both the Greek and the Roman forms of referring to Mother Earth. So she takes Terra. So I thought that was a fun little thing. And she has greater restoration. I think if anybody needed that, she's also going to be going around. I mean, the medical knowledge that Demi had, she had as well. So she's also kind of just helping with all of that, and just kind of getting used to this body and the actual sentience, and not just the simulacrum sentience. And so she's just learning. So she does look similar to Demi, but there's a lot of notable differences. She's like 6'5". She's super tall. So I was really excited for that. I've been thinking about that all week. So I just wanted to get that out there. But yeah, no, she's helping anything, both her and Demi. And Demi will also make some food. Actually, both of them will probably make food, because she can also probably cook. So they're both just helping and serving up for people. So
Everyone's blushing as they're both cooking at the same time. It was I finally get it when people say it's exciting to meet twins. This is going to be interesting.
Ava, she's more like my daughter.
Well, no.
In a way.
It's like a twin.
I created her.
It was because you're definitely a copy. That's not, no. We're going to go with twin there. That's weird. not a stepdad all of a sudden. No, I'm not even thinking about this. No,
I'm
it's
about
twin.
to go talk to them, and I hear that, and I just turn right around and leave.
That's their first argument. They're arguing over if Terra is a twin or a stepdaughter thing.
I mean, I didn't come up with that. That was Terra's idea.
You have a say in it yourself, so you're saying you want to be a stepdaughter?
No, I mean, I'll treat her as, like an equal, but still have to teach her a bunch of stuff.
Figure it out.
Well, yeah, well.
Is there anything that Adek is doing during all this chaos?
I mean, he's probably hanging out with his mom, and if Silent's around, I'll probably go talk to him and just check in with people, make sure people are good, and yeah.
People are definitely appreciative of all the things that you all are doing, especially the food and the talking. Spirits are definitely high amidst everything that has happened. So they're all very pleased and very good conversation. During this, Marul will actually make mention to you, Adek. Adek, now that everything is over, I've been meaning to let you know that your father and I have been talking, and we're probably going to be staying in Zora's domain. And also I will be retiring from the Gerudo forces.
Oh yeah?
Tonight, I've already spoken with Chief Avos, and she agrees. Tonight made me realize that I've had enough of war. and conflict. I think I'm ready to settle down and find my own bit of a peace and quiet within Zora's domain.
Well, I'm sure Dad will be real happy.
And then there's also the fact of I'm tired of not seeing your father for years at a time.
Mm-hmm. That'll be good.
Figured you should know.
I probably will need to check with everyone else, but I mean, the keep is open. So, I mean...
Yes. Well, Codette will also need a little bit of company as well.
Yeah. We can use that to house anybody who needs housing.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, the forge is there. He probably doesn't want to move that again, right?
Probably not. But he seems to be already making a good business in Zora's domain with the forge.
That's good to hear.
Yes. But yes. And again, glad that you are safe. Now, what are you doing hanging around with me? Go, be with your friends.
Oh, they're being weird right now. I don't know what Avon's talking about. It's kind of awkward. I'm trying to stay away from that.
In that case, it's okay. You can. In that case, it's okay. Go when you feel most comfortable.
Hey, actually,
Yeah.
Can I hang out with you guys? I'm like,
Yeah,
I
you can hang out.
Avon and Avon are being so weird right now. Like, they're arguing about stepdaughters and moms. I don't really even know. So
Yeah, when I started hearing that, I was like, I'm leaving.
Doors
I've
closed.
just swerved out of there.
Yep. In that case, yes. You go on. Join us.
Thank you. Merle, did I ever tell you how cool you are? Just immediately going.
Yes, once or twice.
Oh.
And so, and unless there is anything else you all want to do for the evening, we can go ahead and jump to the following day where you guys try to do some of the resurrections, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think Avon would. Thank you, Mark. would take the evening and would be helping gathering like the bodies and laying them at rest. But I think he'd be praying, almost like acting like a cleric more than anything.
Yeah.
Over the night and like looking over and consoling those that have lost people. I think he's not in any condition to celebrate just yet. Kind of making it a lot more personal, but he is at one point going to go off and try and find Queen Midna.
You're able to, as you do have to find a tent as she seems to be laying down for the night, but eventually she does come outside the tent and meet you, kind of pulls a robe and is like, yes, Avon.
Your Majesty, I didn't mean to disturb you so late, but I did have one request that I think I didn't really want to say in front of the others, but I would hope would continue for the benefit of Hyrule and our realm, especially. There are still pieces out there of Fused Shadow, as well as the mirrors. I would like to settle down some, but I know my sister will be traveling and I'll be traveling with her. I don't want it too publicly known, but a few of our champions are known well in the espionage game, as I'm sure you know. And I would like to establish more channels of communication between our realms. Unofficially. But that way they could communicate better in times of threats and threat mitigation, and to call in those to help. I was also hoping that if you would allow us the favor of guarding these fused shadows. I had an idea of a shop that would be half in our realm, half here in the light realm. But to be able to guard it there would make me a lot happier.
Go and make a persuasion check.
Wah! Not a natural 20. That is a 24.
As she looks over you, looks up and down, It is funny that you bring up the communication lines. It is something that I was going to speak with Queen Zelda on in the morning. Because, indeed, your observations are correct. And no doubt, the actions of you and your sister will definitely assist in getting further relations between us and the Light World. As far as you and your shop, I'll need to run that by the Queen herself, but given her affinity for your group, I don't see why she would disagree to such a thing. But again, most likely the other rulers would need to approve it, but also again, their affinity for you would probably secure a majority vote of some kind.
That would mean a lot. Even just an attempt.
Indeed. So we will see to what we can do at the very least.
Also, I do feel like I've learned the power to help bring those back to life, both from shadow magic and learning a bit from the Sheikah shrine. Do you think it's wise to lay those that have fallen to rest, or to try and bring them back?
In this instance, putting those who have fallen in battle to rest is only appropriate. It is acknowledging their contributions in combat. But not to mention, such magics are rare and costly. They cannot be abused and should not be abused or overused. They should be used sparingly and cautiously, lest life become too cheap. But also, more often than not, when these people lay down their lives, they put it down because they have it for a cause that they believe to be just and right. Sometimes. But, so that is why we indeed, but above all, we lay them to rest to acknowledge their sacrifices.
I don't even attempt to bring any of them back.
It's as I said, respecting their sacrifice. And if that is something that you do not agree with, then very well.
No, I do agree. It's hard to have this power and then not even attempt it when you have the chance.
You are one of the few who can. Most people do not.
Okay. It's just hard to know that I would choose my friends in those moments, but not allies that I think could benefit this realm if they were brought back.
She smiles. And that's what it means to be a leader. To make those decisions that others can't. Even the hard ones. To weigh things of that nature. So tell me, what will you do?
Pray on it.
She smiles.
Thank you.
Of course. Then she walks away.
Lead to his all-night pray.
Alright. So as the next morning comes, again, there's a slight fog over the ground, little flickering of snow. Is there anything you all care to do? Any rituals you want to perform?
I mean, I think the only thing I would be doing is just like if there are any lingering
Mhm.
injuries now that, you know, I'm all rested up, I'll just try to dole out as much healing as I can. And pep talks for people and like saying all the things they did well and using that persuasion ability to my max.
Easily done. It does seem that more people are being found, being brought back from the battlefield from the night before, since it was a late night, using the light of the morning sun to your advantage. So,
Yeah, I would join in on any recovery efforts too.
So, with the recovery efforts, it does take a good portion of the day, but eventually you do think you find most people. Valgrim and Reyna's, as well as Ezil's, the Rito who fell. Bodies have been found and put into another place, being prepared to be brought back to their respective home places for burial.
Are we going to try to res anyone then?
What do you guys think?
I mean, at least giving them the option. It's not like we can force them anyways.
Well, also, how many diamonds do we have? Because we have our other list of people.
Well, I mean,
So,
we have the other list of people, but I mean, I can only do it like 3 times a day.
oh right.
So-
Oh yeah, I already forget the limit. Well, I don't know. I mean, I would say Reyna. I could imagine she would want to keep going. Valgrim. I mean, he's with Jamie right now. Why would he come away from that? He never knew you guys were planning on resurrecting her. Maybe them
Yeah.
together is a good thing. But I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I always get confused by how that thing works. You know, people are like, hey, Valgrim, we're going to also resurrect Jimmy. Like, does that work? Or would he, you know, so.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how it...
Does seem it is a little frowned upon to utilize this magic too often, but
Well, and here's the thing. There's so many people that died. So
Yeah.
if we go around just resurrecting our friends and then nobody else that died and made sacrifices, I don't know, like, how good of a look that is.
I mean, yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could see maybe Reyna or something, but unless you want to go on a giant resurrection tour, which we already have a resurrection tour already.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's
do you have thoughts, Attic?
3 times a day.
I mean, is that just going to be your role for the rest of your life? Is resurrecting 3 people who died every day?
right?
Well, if I make another copy of myself, it can be 6. But no, I don't want that to be the rest of my life necessarily either. So
just something to consider. If you do it for somebody and don't do it for another.
Like I could see some of the ones like the village and then our village. I could see resurrection being a thing because they were victims of what we did. But this, with so much mass death, and it was everyone willingly going in. Not
yeah, I mean, there's a
in my
difference there.
opinion.
I mean, we can just keep to the other one. I'm fine with that. I just
Maybe we
thought
could
you'd...
sneaky resurrect Reyna. You know. Not
No,
try
I mean,
to-
nobody's watching us.
And there's plenty of people watching us. I've proven that. The gods are always watching.
We can just have her go wherever she's from and then see her before, you know, like... and res her wherever they take her.
Demi, if you would like to go forward in an attempt to resurrect her, I think I might set this one out. And even
Okay.
Scissory. You can think on it, but I don't want to say continue to pray if you still want to revive those in the village.
No, you promised. We're doing that. We're setting that right. You promised.
I know. I would definitely try. I also wonder the temperament of the goddess of time as well. Any sort of attempt of me to bend my powers in a way that she might not find fitting, might not help.
Then
any
I'll
pleasure
do
you
it,
might
and then she
have.
can't complain.
I don't think that's how it works, but I'm just putting that out there, Scissory.
Hey, out of character, didn't she say that Hylia was about resurrection and she didn't care? That's what she said to you a second ago.
Yeah, that's what was trying to be communicated, is that if resurrection's done, the goddess of time is below goddess Hylia and the golden goddesses. So if she's mad about the resurrections, she has to answer.
Oh, I misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I was thinking the other way around.
I wanted to say that out of character. Like, I'm pretty sure I was picking up what Lit put down,
Yeah.
so.
I took it the other way around, so I get it now. That's why I was like, I don't want to do anything that's going to, jeopardize that.
Let's rewind that.
It's been a long night.
I was going to
Well,
say,
sure.
I thought you were more for
Yeah,
these.
I wanted to try, so.
And if a goddess gets angry, you know what? Just send her my way. I'll talk. It's fine.
Oh dear.
Speaking of goddesses, at some point, do you guys want to go to a shrine of temple of time thing with me to go try and free Shay?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
I'm in.
Thanks. Yes. Okay,
Sure.
cool. Thanks. I just have to be really respectful. That's what I've been told. So I'm going to work. I'm going to practice today. Right now.
You got this.
Curtsy.
Thanks. What?
Curtsy.
Kurt? Oh, yes. Yeah. Practice. So, as formally as I can request, do people want
Oh
to...
gosh. I'm just going to sit down and take out a diamond. And just put it on my chest. All right.
Art thou agreeing with me and mine own opinion
Oh,
of
Art,
resurrecting
focus.
it?
that's a great idea. I will remember that.
Does Reyna have
So as a reminder, since it's been a while, we'll have to do rituals. Have what?
does Reyna have Kevin with her?
She does.
I want to grab Kevin.
Kevin!
What's up, dum dums?
Kevin, we've missed you!
It's about time you got me. Been sitting on that rubble for what felt like hours.
It probably was hours.
Sorry.
Or a day.
Some difference. Days are in hours.
You know Reyna pretty well, right?
Just ever so slightly.
What do you think her thoughts would be about if she died coming back?
Well, I guess it would depend upon the manner in which she died. I mean, if she probably choked on something and then died, I think that sucked, but that'd probably be about it.
So like a war for the world, and she died during that.
Hey, see, I don't know about that. She might want to come back.
She got a lot to learn.
I say
Yeah,
give
she
it a try
wanted
then.
to learn and go to
Read.
school.
Yeah.
I say give it a try then. Go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. Kevin, you have to help us.
Yep.
So, as a reminder, since it's been a long time since we've done it, we go into resurrection rituals. We're effectively up to 3 of you, so if you want Kevin to do something, you will have to be able to he can make a roll. Effectively, you'll have to roll to a success, it'll lower the DC, all that fun stuff. So,
I kind of want to, but if
So
you guys don't want to, that's okay.
so basically, you want to try and make it 3 different skills.
Sure.
I have a question.
Yes.
Demi didn't know Reyna that well, technically. Can she just perform the ritual and 3 others come in to help?
Totally.
Okay. Because I feel like yeah, she interacted with her, but it wasn't to the level that you guys had in the beginning. And so I think she knows her as like a more of a surface level, but it's not really like deeper than that. It's more like, oh, I know you,
Yeah.
you're helpful, but it's not like they like,
Right.
you know.
Yep.
So I just want to make sure because.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, yeah. So she's just Demi's gonna set up the ritual, and Tara's gonna help in the preparation of that. But otherwise, I think it should be some of you.
So, which ones? Do we want Kevin to do it, or should all three of us do it? Kevin, how bad do you want Raina? Like, you care for her, don't you?
I mean, I care about her a little. Granted, if she dies, obviously I still work. Shad is the one that if I die, I stop working.
Oh, interesting. So, I don't know. What do you think? I'm okay to talk to her too. I can try, but
If you have something to say or offer, then yes. I think we should.
you too, Attic?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so not Kevin.
I can work with Kevin. How about that?
Oh, perfect.
There you go.
Okay. Who would go first?
I'll go last.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll go first. And so I pick a skill, you said?
Yeah. Basically, you could just do whatever, and I'll let you know what role it is. Let's try.
Sure.
Try to make it different ones. You generally.
Sure. So I'll like go up to Raina, and I'm like kind of like, I just kind of look at her and like touch her forehead a little bit and be like, Raina, you are awesome, and I feel like I've wanted to like travel with you for a bit. So that would be cool if we could do that. You could show me the school you want to go, because remember you wanted to go to school. So there's a lot of things. Also, I guarantee you I can find you some nerd to date. So if you come back, that is my solemn vow. I will scour the world and find you some nerd. So please come back, because I really miss you. Okay.
Make a persuasion check.
Bachelorette starring Raina,
At 21.
21. As you mentioned this, you do feel like it was definitely heard and received. So I'm going to continue on. Who is next?
I guess I'm next. I will begin to describe various like crazy magic that I've seen in our travels and like potential for future magic to be uncovered, and just like almost like drawing on that arcana type feel for like magic that can be found or crafted or used that she has yet to learn about and discover. And I'll be like talking with Kevin, and this is like back and forth. It's like, imagine this happening.
Oh, yeah. It's totally. Go ahead and make an arcana check.
All right. That is a 26. It was a bad roll.
Level 20s. What are you going to do, folks? So as you go ahead and reach that, you definitely do get a sense that there was almost a bit of an excitement in mentioning of various arcanes with whatever being you have attached yourself to on another plane. So with that, anyone else want to make a roll?
Avon will look over to Demi and kind of give her like a grateful nod, and also kind of like a reassuring nod of like, love you, don't worry, no matter what I say. Together. And then he kind of kneels down, and he's kind of quiet at first, but he's like slowly taking the time to like clean the hair out of her face, reset some wounds, and like put down like new bandages, and kind of taking the time to like readjust the arm and like little meticulous things of the tiny little insights that he's taken in from her over the time of Avon's always a people watcher and will really specifically bind it on like one little mole that someone has, or like the way the hair falls on something has like ways to remember certain people. And he'll just lean in. Reina, you are one of my best friends here in the Light Realm. I would hope your time is not over. Our realms are in shambles. Our counselors are old and ready to move on, and we're ready to step up and be there for them. If you're ready to rest, then we respect your will, but when Scissory promises something, there's no way of stopping her. Please come back to us. And I'll lean down and give her like a little kiss on the forehead.
Okay. I'll say, with all that stuff, since you're trying to insight on her, and I'll definitely say that this could be an insight roll.
That was a bad roll. 28.
Right. So as you do so, you definitely do sense this as the ritual starts to reach its apex. The diamond starts to glow this bright divine light onto either side. And let's see. Okay. Eventually the diamond shatters into a million pieces, beams going to every part of Reina's body as the body levitates into the air, and then eventually falls to the ground. Everything is still. There's a moment of rest as the wind seems to die down from the spell.
She has her arm back too, by the way. I didn't need to cast regenerate.
Really?
It comes back. It says any missing body parts. It says
does.
closes all mortal wounds, restores any missing body
And
parts.
technically, resurrection is for a certain amount of years. So, as that happens, the robotic arm does come off, and eventually, she does come up and stand up. Looks around.
Yay.
Well, I think I've earned a rest.
Yeah, you should
back.
have taken a nap. I like hug her.
She hugs you too. She looks up to you, Avum, with a knowing smile and a nod. And then looks back. Thank you all. Just thank you.
Your story's not
And he's
done.
gonna give her a nod.
Yeah, you have so much to do.
And I think you all.
After some rest.
No, right now.
Yeah, right.
And
Keep
I
going.
think you all have finally done enough. Thank you.
So we screw up again, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we needed to still take down Vati, but we thought. I'm just kidding. He's gone.
That's a mean prank, Debbie.
So sassy.
She starts to say it with a straight face, so she can't. And so she's just
So
get you
she.
into that college, though.
Well, either way, I'm gonna probably take another half year off from all this, and then I'll worry about that college over in Huddledrum.
Sure. When I find a nerd, I'll send him your way.
There's a guitarist at a deck nose.
There was a
Pretty good
lot.
at shredding.
He's real good.
Hey, other than that, there's a lot of very interesting people just in general in Holodrum. I think you'll like it and vibe with it very well.
Well, that's good to know.
That berries did seem really fun over there, to be fair. So.
Well, what are you all
Oh, here's your best friend.
Yeah.
Point to Kevin.
She looks, and he does kind of look at the. Oh yes, Kevin. It's like, hey, Hey, you're back! I say, yeah. Yes, I am. Come here, saying, did you miss me? Not even a bit. Yeah, I figured as much. All right.
He was crying so much. He was like bawling.
No, I wasn't.
He was ruining his pages. Just running.
No, that was her blood.
Oh, Kevin.
Dang it, man.
Rita just looks down
Where's
at
the
Kevin
dummy?
just with this furrowed brow, just going like,
Kevin, you know she knows Firebolt, right?
say, oh, I know. I don't care. So it's like,
Gosh.
Hylia be with me as she slowly stands up, kind of, and it should be noted that because of her robotic arm, basically there's a torn sleeve, and
Nice, yeah.
so there's one, and with that, as you notice, her almost chicken arms. She's not the most well defined, but she's mainly dexterous. But with that, as she stands up, puts the Kevin over her shoulder. Well, I don't know what you all have planned, but I'm probably going to be taking a rest at the keep for a little bit.
Sure.
I'll probably be going back there soon too.
Good.
Oh yeah, I guess we have enough rooms. It's big.
Perfect. Well, I'll take a little bit of rest here, and then when everything's wrapped up, I'll make my way on down there.
Still want to bring Jimmy and Valgrim back, guys.
Oh.
I feel like we need someone to protect the town that we bring back the villagers for.
Well, they don't
I
live
mean,
there.
we can.
They live nearby.
Sorta, like a couple days out.
Yeah, it's close
Not
enough.
enough to get to it.
They could put up a circle.
I mean, if you want to just resurrect them, have a,
Regional people.
you don't
that's
need to
all.
make
They're
an
gonna rest. It's
excuse.
not, they're fine. I want to bring them back. I do. If we're gonna put it on the village, then I'd like to at least try with the two of them, but together at the same time.
At the,
You know,
I can't do it simultaneously.
you and I can.
Oh, that's true. Yes, but we need others to kind of.
Yeah, we can be part of that as well when we cast it.
I mean,
Yes.
you guys are the ones with the power, so if you guys want to try, you can try. I don't know if they'd take it.
I don't know if they would either. I honestly don't think so, but
So
out of all the people that I feel like do deserve a chance, it's them.
I mean, it was in the original plan.
But we can. It doesn't have to be today. But I would
Yeah.
like to try.
sure. I mean, it can be on our list.
We can also ask Impa and whoever else Valgrim might have known as
Leave
well.
that to his soul now. This process sort of reinforced that to me.
So, with that, you're putting then resurrecting potentially Jimmy and Valgrim into further down the road plans. Then just making sure.
Yeah, mainly when they're like when we get them like near each other and later down the road when we go.
So, as you all do so, is there anything you all care to do for the rest of the day outside of assisting with general assistance with the other forces and cleanup and things like that? All right. So, with that, we'll go ahead and take our break for tonight. And when we come back, we'll do character wrap-ups. So stay tuned, everyone, for the next half of Winds of Calamity. You're not going to want to miss it. Stay tuned. And welcome back, everybody, to the second half of the Epilogue of Winds of Calamity, where our party has basically done immediate wrap-ups, talking with familiar people, bringing back old friends. And now, as the dust has settled, the party begins to find rest. You all will cross certain bridges when we get there regarding, like, going to the Gerudo Desert. But to figure out the order of things, everyone go ahead and roll for me a flat d20 to determine order.
Steady aim, do I get to use all three? D20?
Yes, you get to use all three, yeah.
All that.
It's
Okay.
the alert feat, so I get a... No, just kidding. I actually don't even have it.
Same.
So.
Need to use my special dice.
Oh, Mark, do you have pretzels? That's such a good idea. Dang
I should go down there and grab some from
it.
Avum.
9.
Add it.
I got a 3.
Scissory.
7.
Demi.
9.
Avum and
Okay.
Demi do rerolls.
I mean, I guess we're probably going to do most of ours together anyway, right?
Probably. 2. All right.
Yeah, 2.
Demi. 1. All right. So in that case, Demi on his 9. So, Demi, you'll be going first. Avum second, which is fitting. Scissory, and then rounding things out with Attic. But before we do that, we have a little note. For an epilogue regarding a Rito. This was written by Silent as far as regarding Aaron's epilogue. The final assault onto Castletown was definitely one for the history books. Aaron, though, was not part of the main force assaulting Castletown, instead was on the eastern flank with Captain Zack at Bordertown. Though ultimately the assault was successful, the other champions managed to take down Vati and save the queen. The days following there were still a lot to do. Repairs to be made. Aaron and some of the other Shadow Claws that remained volunteered to help with the repairs, especially with transporting materials to the areas that needed them, even hunting down any remnants of Vati's forces that had retreated. Eventually, Aaron found himself back at Rito Village, on the very tip of the roost, looking over the surrounding areas, though finally at peace, with no immediate threat on the horizon. Aaron still found himself with more responsibility than before now, that he has found himself promoted to a commander as of the commander of the Shadow Claw. Given Nash's corruption and subsequent betrayal of the kingdom, the Rito chief found it only fitting that he take over to teach and mentor the next generation of Shadow Claw. As he thought to himself, Sindley called up to him, telling him that dinner was ready. And before he flew down, he thought about the bet that changed his life for the better. An arm wrestling match between Ashika and a Goron.
That's so nice. I like that.
So I'll do a little copy paste of things, or even Silent can do it to other channels. With that,
Everyone's yelling at Silent in the chat.
How about him not having
Silent?
baby birds? That's
So funny.
They tweeted out.
that's hilarious. All right, so kicking things off with Demi.
It's funny because I've been thinking about this for a long time, but also, like, I was not expecting to go first. But I was,
No one ever
nobody
does.
else was supposed to roll that low.
We all rolled really low.
I mean, a lot of it's like joint stuff with Mike too. So,
All right.
That's why I wanted you to
and-
go first this time. I went first last time.
I guess first we would do the resurrection tour. Demi's helping out with that. Tara's probably helping transport everybody to just, make things quick.
Breaking news in the chat. Demi, breaking news in the chat.
Yay!
Aaron does have a kid with Sinley.
Good. Demi's very happy and watches over Aaron's lineage for the rest of her long lifespan. Anyways, yeah, Resurrection Tour, another simulacrum that's like 6 resurrections a day. There's some math involved. Villages, however it ends up. Yeah, I think within a year timeline is probably when they would get married. It's kind of what we were talking, Mike. Asking Cesare to officiate it. It's small. It's not like a giant one. I think it's their families and maybe like. I don't want to like snub any royalty, but also it's just like a small thing.
I think what we had discussed was that Avum asked for a small wedding at first with just the crew and like their families so they can kind of be out of the spotlight for once, and then afterwards we'll actually hold a grander ceremony for kind of the production of it all for everyone else, for like the royals can show up to the second one. So I think that was kind of
what Demi asks for the conception.
Yeah.
Can we have a really big wedding? No, kidding. That's not what she.
But we also think we figured it'd be like a way of bringing back hope to the people too, kind of like something people can rally around.
Yeah. And yeah, I think she drinks a bunch of anti-aging potions, tries to, elongate her life. They have 3 kids, and she wants to make sure that they're doing good. Obviously, being half Twilight, they probably have really long lifespans, hence her wanting to elongate her life and making sure that the kids grow up. But yeah, I think eventually, too, she'd probably just continue traveling around, teaching music, teaching horse riding lessons at the little shop that they make, and just traveling around as long as they can.
It's all very beautiful, especially with the wedding ceremony of sorts. All goes according to plan. Both times.
A couple pranks, like minor ones that are
That
more
time.
funny than stressful.
So she finds herself in the Odalisks, the hamster ball at one point during the ceremony.
Hamster ball.
During the grander one, not just the summer. Just as a reminder that the hero has a
Make sure Cesare doesn't have the coffee, so she's not just like sitting there like, yes?
We definitely gave her the coffee for the private one for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So, while you are doing that, everything goes according to plan. You have 3 beautiful children. Ava.
Yeah, so most of Avum's things have kind of been, I think, set up ahead of time or foreshadowed, but he definitely is unable to celebrate, unable to sleep properly, until we feel like the majority of scars of Hyrule have healed. They go on the Resurrection Tour, which... How successful was it? Are people coming back from it? Do they decide to?
So, initially you start with Jamie and Valgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Both are unsuccessful. As it's clear, they both want to continue to reside with the Golden Goddesses in their realm and with their son as well. As far as the other, yep.
I was gonna. Ava needed the peace of heart, peace of mind to try and know that, than not to have ever tried.
That makes sense. Yeah.
As far as the others, let's go ahead and see. Vast majority in the village that you ruined do seem to want to come back, continue to live their lives. Others, potentially just as of old age or any other reasons that you may not be aware of, are just wanting to remain at rest. I would say about 70% came back.
Okay, cool.
What about Ivis's parents in that mix as well?
Ivis did mention at one point that he would prefer not.
Oh, he did? I don't think we ever talked about it. I never talked to him in person about it. I don't think.
Oh, that it was mentioned. I think you did, because I had a writing because I had notes about it.
Oh, I mean, you're ready for it, and I never did.
About you asked him about potentially bringing them back, and he asked not, because that'd be like opening up an old.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Never mind then.
And they're all talking about resurrection and the process of it.
Yeah, I thought I didn't because she didn't want to give him false hope until we were done and like ready to do it. But maybe I did late game and I forgot that we talked about it. But anyway, so that's fine. If he doesn't want it,
about
then I
it,
wouldn't do
so
it. Yeah, if he doesn't want it, that's fine. Ignore me. Just we were talking about Resurrection Tour. And we were
no worries.
No, it would have been a good time for it, because I think he would have wanted to give it up afterwards. Been like, okay, this is wrapped up. I'm not that person. Like, that's not my role anymore. But he would set up a memorial there, kind of overlooking the cliffside, and probably spend a good portion of his time in the city, getting to know the people and helping them get back on their feet, and being almost like a patron of sorts with his shop as it's also being built. With some favors pulled, and some many days of Mirage Arcane cast on both sites. He's hoping to set up a 1 square mile of Light Realm illusion in the Shadow Realm, and 1 mile of Shadow Realm in the Light Realm, to make it look like either side of the shop you're getting to has like a whole like section and acres of the other realm there, so that there can be more cross knowledge. So he sets up a shop as kind of like the main hub, and also like a secondary keep, for like a more adventuring keep for the group. He definitely spends his original time as like an ambassador, trying to create like a counselor. Like, my idea is like an intelligence agency, like a central, like a CIA sort of thing between realms that would specifically work with low rule as well, and like all the different realms. Because I know like before it was like kind of the idea of, oh well, that's their problem, not ours, and I think we'd continue to focus on some sort of support there. About half of the year he would travel with Scissory and Ivis and a deck and all that, but then probably about 3 months in, be like, nope, I'm going home. You know what I mean? And of course, settle down a lot more when him and Demi start having kids. He would de-work the longevity potion to continue to give like temporary ones to Demi for a while, until they kind of decide that, yeah, you know, she's ready, and kind of spent the rest of her life there. And I think I even have this like clear as day. There'd be like a couple years afterwards, the kids would be grown enough, and he sees Terra flying through the sky as almost like a reminder of what he's lost. And Avum will set up a series of secret locations in their house of all of the artifacts that he's picked up during the game, of the Kokiri shield and sword, the Gerudo daggers, remnants and pieces of journal from all of the different Scissory's angels, and then leave Dunamis and Gerudo Gate within these different secret compartments that kind of over the time him and Scissory have taught the 3 kids how to be adventurous and roguey, but also smart and research, and let them kind of choose where they lie on that path. And then when they're all kind of older, he kind of leaves it as like a final, like he's handing it off to his children. And the one thing I think Avon would have done was give up his watch whenever Scissor gives up the sword, but you're thinking that she holds on to it for a while?
She holds on to it till she's done
Until she's
adventuring.
dead? Okay.
It's hundreds of years.
So he probably gives it up while he's raising the kids, but he's going to go and pick up his watch again after Demi's gone. And is kind of like his final stage of life is him focusing on planar shift and these other portal realms that they got hinted about that are beyond what is possible. And I think until his final day, he's going to be trying to unlock and understand those mysteries.
Come with you.
Totally.
Yes. If
I-
it's possible.
I was also gonna say Tara. I realized that I also wrote down stuff for her.
Yeah.
She will help the twins after. Being a dragon has time. Raises Nebby, studies dragons, gains more knowledge. Demi already had a good knowledge of dragons, a decent amount. So Tara already knew that. But if they're studying that and adventuring, she's gonna go off and help. She's really interested in space, especially. She's really interested, her and Nebby, I imagine, try to study together to see where he came from and try to get into that background and everything. And also kind of becomes an ambassador of, and she has that adventuring spirit that she saw in Scissory, that she always, like, that part of Demi in her really admired, and so it, like, blossoms even more after Demi's gone. But she also has her dragon hoard and keep. She is very attracted to shiny things, and she sets up a castle and the mountain range nearest wherever the shop is set up. It's this big heckin' Elsa type castle. That's what it says in the book. And she makes connections and all of that, but she'll help the twins in that as well, exploring.
So, for that, about knowing about where Nebula came from, make for me. Both of you are going to be making Arcana checks for different reasons. Avon will be Arcana to know about different planes, potentially how to get there, and different realities. And Demi, can I have Tara do Arcane for Nebula?
Okay. And this is, I'm just going to be adding her intelligence modifier.
Absolutely.
What did we used to say back in the day? Science bros. That's it. Oh, dang. Okay.
I think there was a word called dopers or something that you also used. Haven't heard that in a couple centuries.
Never knew what that meant.
I rolled a 23.
Nice. Actually, 23 as well. Yeah, because the natural 20
Nice.
plus the 2 and the 1. So, yeah.
Great. We'll revisit those. Scissory,
Yes. Oh, am I doing my thing? Okay, cool.
we're going to revisit. We're going to hold off on those rolls. but
Okay,
we'll come
that
back
sounds
to them.
good. All right. So for Scissory, yes. First on the list is trying to help kind of restore some of the biggest wounds from the battle and different things like that. Resurrection Tour, like we said, that one I know, like, to Avon and Scissory meant a lot to try and right what they felt like was such a big wrong in their past. So with most people coming back, I think that helped a lot. She might even want to push to do what they could to resurrect people from their village that Shadow Scissory, like, also killed, and the witches and stuff, just to set things as right as they can before things went so wrong. And I think after that's kind of completed, she does feel a lot more peace. I don't know if you had anything to say about the shadow part of it, but
Yeah, seeing and hearing everything that's going on, especially with everything that Avon is doing with creating the shop and assisting, it's definitely crossing and helping build up barriers where people are definitely able to look back on you. And there's definitely an element of respect toward everything that's been going on. So everything seems to be working. Again, with the bringing back of the village, there seems to be a general about half, again for the various reasons, come back for different reasons. So.
Sure. And yeah, if Iva said he just wanted to let them rest, like she wouldn't ever address it again unless he brought it up. But and especially probably in that time of kind of trying to help restore some Twilight Realm stuff, I think her and her parents start a tentative, like, we're trying to understand each other. I don't think it is easygoing, and I don't think that it's quick, but I would probably think it's like kind of like slow but forward movement. And I think the probably the deciding factors, they're both committed to trying to like understand each other, and I would think that's what kind of makes the difference in the end. And there is a point where maybe she comes back and they do want to hear about what she has to say. Maybe she sticks around for a week to help with the shop just for funsies, but like yeah, you didn't say that one. Oh my gosh. Do you want to say it really fast?
Oh yeah, we totally had Scissory's Angel, and specifically Scissory in a propriety, sign a contract that she had to show up for appearances once a month on the quarter of the moon.
Right.
For signings, as well as the rest of Scissor's Angels, unless foretold in writing 48 hours beforehand. And it wasn't for hundreds of years later.
Yeah, hundreds of years later, he finally takes a closer look at the contract, and he realizes that Scissor didn't even sign her name. She just like scribbled some other name as a prank, but she did come every time he wanted her to. But she wasn't.
I'm imagining this is what Mabel's bell was used for.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like me or Attic probably would have kept that because we can't teleport. So, but yeah, so after kind of like that initial like kind of reset up of things that were broken, her and Ibis decide to like do what they had kind of talked about and just kind of travel everywhere. I was telling I was telling Dee that like they're like the equivalent of like that couple that lives in an RV and they just like travel like everywhere possible. Like they're never in one place for more than like a couple months at least. And I think like it's really fun for her to go to places that like never hasn't been explored or whatever. She likes to find old ruins too, potentially. New anything. If any friend ever needs help with anything, she will drop everything in a second. Like, sure, I'll help. Like, so, like, she's all over the place. As long as Ibis is cool with it too, then like they're like down to go like help people or whatever. So like I feel like Raina.
He's making us do homework. Can you come help?
I'm there. I've got you. I'll distract them. I'll sneak you out of the house. I would say, oh yeah, and also any like weird finds, like either for tech or for like just weird store stuff, she will bring back to Attic and Ava and Demi, like just for them to like do it. So like she probably was like stopping by all the time, like clunking some giant like ancient technology, like here you go, I found this, or whatever. And I would say her and Ives don't have kids. I just don't see them being a kid couple. I just don't think that the lifestyle they have works, and I just don't really seem like the type that would want kids. But they have like a bunch of other friends with kids, so they like go hang out with them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ivis definitely not interested. He's perfectly fine just traveling the world and hanging out with you all, as well as being with Scissory in those days. So
yes.
Everything goes great. You find plenty of ruins and unexplored realms and worlds and things of that nature. I would say, as far as things that you're able to find, make a perception check.
Do I still do advantage because of my shield?
Technically, you do.
Yes! That's great. Okay, so that's 22.
22. You're definitely able to find a lot of strange and mysterious artifacts and tech that would definitely interest Attic, especially some that seems to be something that you've never seen before. But there's also a strange artifact as well that looks like it's almost like a piece of a rod, but it's hard to tell exactly what it is. You've never seen it before in your life. So, and we'll come back to that later.
Oh, I totally forgot too. Time goddess.
Oh, yes.
Holy crap! I was like going through my list. I skipped that bullet point because my list wasn't like formatted very nicely. So yeah, I will say it's so stupid, but it becomes very apparent to Scissory she has no idea how to be formal, and she kind of gets sassy by accident a lot. So she probably will ask Zelda to give her some lessons on how to be proper.
Perfect.
Before they go to the shrine.
It is easily done.
Yes.
You get the lessons. And as you all go on the adventure, it takes you all about 2 weeks. You're level 20. This is a nothing. This is a blip.
Breeze.
This takes you like 2 weeks, maybe. Where you go into the desert and you find the ancient spirit temple. And you manage to plead to the goddess of time. And I'll say go and make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Science bro.
Oh, I get a science bro?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever gotten a science bro.
You're also getting a Flash of Genius, so that's good.
About time.
Inspiration!
And inspiration.
You get an advantage inspiration too.
Oh my gosh! Of course, roll all the other die. We need it. We need another.
You can
we
also
need the total.
re-roll too if mine's not high enough.
Yeah.
So we have
Advantage.
guidance,
Advantage for
and then a D12
inspiration.
for Demi.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You roll your
You
advantage
the
twice to get the
D12 if you
higher.
want.
So
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled what?
you roll the D12 twice and you take the
Oh!
higher.
Yeah.
I got an
And take the
11.
higher.
Let's see if I can get a 12. Okay, it's 11.
That's so good.
Okay. So, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy
Perfect way to
that
handle it.
20 just happened. Okay.
50.
So, wait, math. I did it on my calculator. I can't do this. There's too many odd numbers.
It's gonna be
And
close.
confusion.
Let's go
Okay,
for 50. Come
so-
on.
It's gonna be,
And then 5 is Flash of Genius?
Yep, plus 5.
it's
Okay.
gonna be high 40s at least.
We are gods in this realm.
I think it's guaranteed 40.
I'm
So I'm gonna
excited
give
for this.
Yeah.
It was exactly 50.
What?
Yes!
Yeah.
I think that has to be the highest roll I have ever seen in 5th edition specifically. But
We did it.
So good.
in 5th edition respect
One last.
Love it.
DC 50. All right.
Yes, I feel like I'm in Pathfinder all over.
Yeah.
It really is. That is a Pathfinder roll. But regardless,
Pathfinder roll.
as you do so, the goddess looks down. You get the sense that she looks down on you. There is no sense of form when talking with her, but in that moment, you see the hero's shade appear in wolf form, and then eventually to his ethereal form that looks like a skeleton on the inside. And eventually, it shifts, where you see the green tunic, long green cap of the hero of time, as he smiles. Thank you, hero of ancients. As he smiles, and he dissipates, truly living up to her title as the hero of ancients.
It's so nice.
Yay.
Is there anything else
But-
you wished?
Nope, just mostly traveling. And then if Avum does, like, at one point, when he's old and wanting to go explore other places, she would be down. She lives, like you live pretty, 700 something, like, it's pretty, a lot of time, so I feel like she would have probably explored so much of the world at that point and be bored with it. I didn't want to do something weird anyway, so...
Are you going to leave your sword here, or are you going to try and bring it with us wherever this is?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'll leave it. I'll find a new sword.
Perfect. Well, Twin, you brought me on the last adventure. Why don't you join me on this one?
I will.
And they will plane shift to wherever he can push the plane shift to. And we don't need to know where they go.
You do not need to know. But for funsies, I'm gonna roll because I do.
Yeah.
Because
I wanna know.
Because I do actually have a table for this.
Eight's a pardon? That's so weird. I'm just kidding.
Nah.
All right, good to know. So, in rounding things out for the night, we have Attic.
All right. So post that initial stuff, Attic would return home with his mom and anybody else back to the keep. Be happy, reconnect with everybody, be glad that they're all connected. But he would take that armor that was intended for Zelda, but he would have taken it back and brought it back to the keep. And just kind of like looking at it and just beating himself up and just thinking like I don't even know who she is, honestly. Like at the end of this, like I gave her this and it was useless, and I put my heart and soul into it and it was useless to her. So what he's going to do is spend probably a few days dismantling a lot of it and repurposing it into bracers of defense and a ring of evasion. That's what he would work on for taking the materials. And again, he's going to pour like everything he has into it and work with his dad probably on it too, and get Scrappy to help and do everything he can to make it as nice as possible. But yeah, he's just like thinking a lot of that. Like he'll probably be alone for those days for most of it, besides and like with his dad and mom. He wouldn't talk to many people. But he'll be working on a proposal during that time. And he will take those items and the proposal to Zelda. And he'll present the items to her and just be like, these are for you as a replacement for the item I gave you before. Hope they are helpful. And then at that point, he would hand over a piece of paper. It is a proposal for a group to be founded known as the Department of Production, Prehistory, Excavation, Recovery, and ZOP. And to be able to go into ruins and dig around, find old technology of things, and reconnect the world in a lot of ways, make it so that like the shrines to teleport around work really well. I did put a logo in the Discord for this group as well, if you want to go check that out. There's a logo I made for this.
Those who are listening to the podcast,
So beautiful.
And that's what we get tattooed on.
for those who are listening to podcasts and watching VOD, the acronym is DOPERS.
The ultimate dopers drop had to happen right there.
So good.
So that's what he proposed to her, to have this group to like reconnect the world and dive into the history, the ruins, all those things, and rebuild everything from there, sharing this knowledge with the people who should have it, like whether it be in Rito or Zora or anybody, just to help everybody be connected and stronger. So he would probably call on Scissory a lot and Ivis to join with that, and I mean anybody else who wanted to do that, but if they're busy with other stuff, they can certainly take care of their things, and he would not be offended in any way. But yeah, his home base would probably be back at the keep, and would work on probably trying to get his Sheikah Slate to do the cool teleportation thing that Link could do in Breath of the Wild, so that he can get around easy to all these shrines that he'd uncover and get working again. But he does not pursue Zelda. He does not pursue her. beyond that point, he keeps it professional and just works with her as like a partner to help her with the kingdom. But there are other people he connects with, other people he teams up with, and locals of all these different things. And at one point, Scissory is coming along on an adventure, and she notices that there's a girl that he seems to connect pretty well with, a Hylian girl named Emma, and she, one point, like, invites her along on a mission, and then just bails out with Ibis, leaving like the two of them.
Yes. Like, Scissory notices that, like, Addict's stammering around and blushing and is not making a move, and she's like, oh my gosh. And then she waits for Emma to make a move, and she also doesn't do it. So, yeah, she invites them on this big, expedition, and then right as they, like, get set up, she's like, oh my gosh, someone else needs my help. I gotta go, bye. And then, yeah, Ibis and Scissory just bail and leave them alone on the mission.
Show up back in the shop. Did you leave them there? Operation Parent Trap? But, okay, good.
Oh, perfect. Beautiful.
You all did the wrong thing.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's okay to do it here again. We brought it back.
Okay. But yeah, he ends up eventually asking this girl out, and they end up getting married and have a few kids. And yeah, basically he just spends the rest of his life trying to connect the world the best he can, to build alliances across all of the world, and share knowledge with everybody who he can, and just make everybody be prepared for any future threats, and have this, like, the items be useful to them in aiding and keeping the world safe, as he will die much earlier than all the rest of them, because he's not going to extend his life. Yeah. He's going to just live his normal life and live it out that way.
Perfect. So, as all that comes to a close, the organization of dopers, in combination with the studies of Terra and Avum, look into the elements of other realms and realities. Scissory and Ibis coming across this random artifact. Eventually, you all are called into a mysterious room in a tower, in a wizard's tower. And as you look, it's a very basic room, circular in nature, tall standing books. Nova is definitely grown in size at this point. I should say that with Avum, you're definitely able to discover the existence of multiple different realities. That they indeed exist. Some of them, the names are rather foreign to you. Something about Hyrule and where it's positioned in the great cosmology almost seems to act as a bit of a barrier. But the Calamity, and some other far-off event, caused those barriers to weaken. And you gather names of different worlds. One world known as Galarian, another world known as Toril, come to your awareness. And Terra is able to find out that Nebula comes from a strange place that surrounds this world known as Toril. And eventually, as you're in this wizard's room, you see before you, at this point, one of the distant Zeldas in the line. She's standing there prim and proper. Well, Scissory's angels, or at least the remnants of such. It appears that the organization of dopers has uncovered the existence of other realities. And this object that you've uncovered, Scisri and Ivis, is a very interesting artifact. And with that, she turns, and a mysterious man adorned in orange robes and a wide-brimmed orange hat and gray-pointed beard. Hello, Scisri's angels. I hail from a different world, but it is quite interesting that you all found this object. A great calamity befell our world, and that was seemed to be the cause of it. The destruction of that rod.
This little guy?
It was a part of something
That's
known as the Rod of Law. And its destruction caused ripples across the planes of reality. In my world, where I'm from, it's called Toril, but the continent I live on is known as Faerun. And my name is Elminster.
Interesting names.
So, why is it here, though?
Because
Okay.
as I was speaking with your most gracious of nobility, it appears that when your calamity happened, the destruction of that rod happened simultaneously, causing barriers between realities to sunder. We seem to have fixed it on our end, but still fragments remain where ley lines between these realities are a constant struggle.
Is there a way that we might be able to fix it on our end?
Well, it seems you've already set a bit of the piece, but it also seems that a bit of the cosmology is going into place and stabilizing. But
Perfect time to research it.
Huh.
Yes.
Wait, so you're saying this thing did a bunch of damage and then it poofed over here?
one fragment of it. The Rod of Law holds the balance of law and chaos.
Oh. What do we do with those? That seems very important.
Well, right now it is inert, but everything else seems to be in order. But I was alerted to its presence, and so, by the order of Mistra, I came to seek it out.
Oh, yeah, her. Who?
Yeah, so who?
Oh, we have much to discuss. She is known as the goddess of magic in my world.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, very nice.
Is that a Toru thing?
She told me you would say that.
And
She
Lit, you said that
Oh my gosh.
this was
What?
where we're thinking Nebby was from,
Yes.
too.
Yes.
There was a young dragon that we had that came from a meteor, and our research indicates it might have been from your realm then, your world.
Yes, he is something known as a void dragon. He primarily exists in something known as the astral sea. He is meant to live amongst the stars.
Oh no.
Is he with
It's been
us?
like hundreds of
He
years
is
and he has not
outside
been
'cause-
in the stars.
He is outside because he's so big he can't really fit inside at this point because it's been hundreds of years.
Okay, so he can't shape change yet or anything?
Not yet. He's not to that age
Okay.
yet because it takes a long time to get to like adult.
Yeah,
ancient.
that makes Tara will telepathically relay the information to him outside, but
Okay, so you're saying when the calamity happened, stuff got all shaken up, and then our little baby boy crashed here, but he should be out in a star thing?
Well, it seems something else happened
space?
prior to that because he arrived, from my recollection, he arrived before the calamity. But the ley lines
true.
and barriers were already starting to get fractured.
Sure.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
this is really
Well, I feel bad. I mean,
fascinating.
it's been a long time that he's been growing up not where he's supposed to be.
Well, from my telling, it looks like he is just fine.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried to raise him well, as have these others.
You did great.
But he always felt like there was that piece missing from him, so it is good to know that now. He does thank you, by the way.
Very good. If he wishes, I can take him back. But if he wants to stay here, then that is just fine too. My concern was that piece. But beyond that, and some cheese. But we have that taken care of.
Huh. Well, we were wanting to, explore, other places. So,
Well,
we could always take him back if he wants to.
Well, if you're all wanting to explore this world or other planes, that is your prerogative. He kind of just then motions and he puts down a little fork.
Yes, I was just about to ask.
Oh! I know what that is!
There you go.
As
Haven.
far as where that one goes, I don't know. You're gonna have to find out.
Easily.
Oh, that's so fun.
Nebby, would you be interested to see where you came from? Going back to that world.
Yes, I would.
Alright. We can continue to go on this merry adventure with our friends then.
So, as that happens, then Elminster nods with the rod in hand, goes away. You all have the tuning fork, preparing to go wherever it leads with Nebula in hand. You ring it. The ripples of reality warp around you. Where it takes you is anyone's guess. But there's one thing that is for certain. While the legend ends here, the story continues on. For Scissory's Angels. And that's where we'll go ahead and wrap the campaign.
Oh my gosh. I'm crying a little bit now.
Alright.
I think we all sound a little older and more graceful, and so she's just like, yeah, what says?
Let's go!
Hey, 100, ready to bingo, baby?
Perfect. Well, that's where we'll go ahead and wrap the campaign, everybody.
Good job, everybody.
Yay.
Good job, Lit.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the players.
Gosh.
And thank you all for understanding, especially with all the tech difficulties, but it was fun regardless. Can't believe it's over, but what a campaign. Can't manage to say much more than that.
It was so good.
Thank you.
It was okay.
It was such a fun story to tell with you guys. I loved it.
So, and again, thank you to you all. Both have been watching live, VOD, podcast, whatever it may be. Thank you all for joining us. This was an incredible ride. It was a great pleasure to do so. Both as a thank you to Mark, Rach, and Mike for basically encouraging me to start the whole literary DM journey.
Yes.
It's going to be very weird to not have Wynn's Calamity on the channel because it's been a part of the channel since almost its inception.
Yeah.
But also as a giant love letter to a series that has meant the world to me. So, thank you all again for joining us on this incredible adventure. Thank you all to the players for being amazing players. And
Thanks for being a really good DM, amazing DM. I didn't mean to say really good. I meant amazing. I was just so like.
Thank you for being adequate.
thank you for being just good enough.
No, you were amazing.
Yes.
Thank you for putting up with our ridiculous antics.
Phenomenal,
Entire campaign.
handling everything so well.
But,
It's
yeah.
been amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sad I'll never get to see any of you guys ever again. We're not allowed to ever
Yeah,
see
we're
each other
done
hang
now.
out.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
done. So
This is it. It's our one hit wonder, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you only can play one campaign with a group of friends, and you can't be friends with them anymore.
Exactly.
Or play
No,
more
we're done.
games with them.
Yeah.
It's done. Yeah.
The end of everything.
That's what makes
See you
D&D
never.
games so hard. It's not.
It
the
makes
scheduling,
me and
it's
Mark's
the-
marriage kind of awkward, but
Oh yeah. Ooh.
But yes.
Let's say it's not over yet. Say it's not over yet.
But yes, join us next week for the Q&A, where you will get a tease of what's coming for next week,
so good.
or specifically
Next week, let's do it.
for no, I need a break. So I will be taking a long break after the Q&A. I need it, but we're already getting campaign notes down. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss next week, both for the Q&A and for the announcement. But again, thank you to you all for absolutely everything. There it is.
yeah.
Got him.
Cry, because we're all crying.
Exactly.
Well, in our hearts, maybe.
So, as always, everybody, keep being awesome. Keep rolling those dice. Cheers.
Where's